my name is Anna, welcome to my channel, and today I'm giving you my second update for my Back to Broadway project pan. Now, if you don't already know, this is a project that I created myself on the theme of musicals and Broadway, where I have 10 products and it's rolling and I connect each product to a musical. So my first product is for the musical Phantom of the Opera, and I have the Wet n Wild Dewy Primer. And as you can see, I made pretty good progress this month. I went from this line to this line. Now, that progress is probably due to the fact that last time I used it 13 times because I was on break and so I didn't wear a ton of makeup. And this time I used it twice as many times, 26 times. So that's pretty cool. That is definitely a lot more progress. And I didn't set a goal, I just wear it every time I wear makeup. Now, I can remember at least 2 times where I definitely forgot to put on any primer, even though I did like full face of makeup. It's just, you know, sometimes it happens. Now for the musical Bonnie and Clyde, I chose the Wet n Wild Matte Primer, and this is a little harder to see progress, but my line is right below the V for vegan. Yeah, my line from last month was here, and I used this 25 times, so one less time than the dewy one. For the musical Heathers, I have my Franken bronzer in this sad, sad packaging. Now, there is a story behind this. So I was working on this, and then I brought it with me to my other house, and then I came, and when I opened it, it was like all shattered, so then I had to stop using it for a little bit, and then I came back, and I was able to repress it. So I did lose a little bit of product in that process because it kind of got out of the packaging when it shattered, but not a ton. And then I repressed it and it looks fine. And I think you can kind of see the ridge in the pan in the middle right there. I don't know how much progress is from my usage. I did, however, use it 15 times, so I still think that's pretty significant progress. I do not know if I'll make a goal for next month for this product because I use it pretty consistently on its own. I have 2 powder bronzers currently, and so I just use that one every time I wanted a powder. So I'm wearing it today, actually. Now this next product is for the musical Beetlejuice, and I have the Milani lipstick in the shade Teddy Bear. And my goal this past month was to use it 10 times, and I used it exactly 10 times. And it was kind of a struggle because I found myself wanting to use a lot of powders this month for some reason. And as you can see here, I definitely made it a little bit more flattened out. So my goal next time is to definitely make it actually flat. That is my hope. And I think I'll make the goal of using it 10 times again because I think any more and I won't be able to do it, and any less I'm not challenging myself enough. Now for the musical Legally Blonde, I have also a cream product that I wanted to use 10 times. It is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick, the blush shade in the shade Peach Bums. As I mentioned earlier, I wanted to use this 10 times as well, and I have used it 10 times. Every time I use the cream bronzer, I use this cream blush. Now, last time I used it 6 times, and this time I used it 10 times, so you can definitely see there's more progress this month, and I'm pretty proud of that. That is a significant line. So my goal again will be to use it 10 times next month as well. Now for Moulin Rouge, I had the Wet n Wild Shade 1 eyeshadow in the Petalette quad, and I have completely used it up, which is really exciting. I used it as a facial highlight, and I used it 10 times before it was done. For the musical Chicago, I had the Essence Metal Shock eyeshadow in the shade Second to Mars, and my goal is to use this 5 times, but I only used it 3, so not very good. You can't see much progress. I did kind of scrape on the sides and try to push it down to see how much space there is in there. I definitely need to use it more, so I will have the same goal of 5 times and I'll try to actually hit my goal. Crazy, right? Now my next musical is the Drowsy Chaperone, and for that I chose a Wet n Wild gel lip liner in the shade Plum Together, and I used this 4 times, and including today, and I completely used it up. That is all that's left. I don't know if you can see, there's like a tiny, tiny little nub. That's not gonna do anything. So yes, I have a lip product out, which is really exciting. I really love this color. I do not like the formula of just wearing it as a lipstick on its own because it does not wear well. I look a little insane by the end of the day. Now for Les Mis, I had my Franken tinted lip balm and I used it 12 times and it got to the point where I was scraping my lips against the plastic, you know, that sticks out, that's holding the product. And at one point in the day, I stuck it in my pocket and then I went to weight training and changed, and then I went to my next class realizing I no longer have this in my pocket. And I realized I must have lost it while changing. But hey, at least I got to the point where I was like scraping the plastic. I really wanted to dig everything out of it, but that did not happen. So I'm counting it as an empty because I finished it by some people's standards. I like to dig out lip balms and stuff. This is where the line was last time, and the plastic bit stuck out like this much, so it would have been kind of right there, but yeah. So it's technically done, but it's also like lost, so a little annoyed. Now my last product that is from last month is for the musical Hadestown, and it is the LA Colors lip gloss in the shade Pucker Up. And I used it to the point where I couldn't really get much on the doe foot applicator, so I had to take the stopper out and like push everything down, and then I put the stopper back in. That was a genius idea that I came up with like while I was doing it. I was like, wait, I can put the stopper back in because this came out so easily, was not ruined at all. So yeah, that's what I did. Everything's pushed down to the bottom, so now I can mark it where I am and just show progress that way. And my goal was to use it 10 times. That did not happen. I used it 8 times, which is not bad, pretty close. Not close enough, in my opinion. Yeah. My goal is to use it 10 times, and I want to actually hit it next month. Now, because I finished my face highlight, I want to roll in something new, and I'm choosing the musical Miss Saigon, which I recently was introduced to. I always knew of it for a long time, but I didn't listen to the full soundtrack until recently, because one of my friends told me it was great. She started listening to it, and I mean, I haven't listened to it a ton, but I do really like what I've heard of it. It's pretty dramatic sounding. It's nice. This is a shadow I use for my brows. It is an eyeshadow from the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette that I don't even have anymore. Like, I have the packaging, but I got rid of all the shadows that are too old, except for this and actually that Franken bronzer. But, as you can see, there's not a ton left. I chose it because of Kim's Nightmare, where basically Chris was like taken away and they were split apart from each other when they didn't want it to, so it was like ripped out. So I figured I ripped this out of the palette and put it in a different palette, so like that kind of, I don't know, for some reason it made sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense. Anyways, my goal is just to use this every time I put anything in my brows. I have it in my brows today, just yeah, I want to use this every time I do my brows. And to replace my lip liner, I chose another lip product, and this is a Franken tinted lip balm, liquid lipstick lip gloss thing. And I put it in Bare Minerals packaging. I like cleaned it all out because it was empty. But it is basically filled to the top, as you can see. And I connected it to the musical Newsies, which I've loved ever since I was a young child because I watched the movie, and then when I watched like the Broadway professionally recorded one, I was like, this is even better. How is that possible? This is amazing. And because of the song That's Rich, and since this is high-end packaging, I thought it kind of made sense. Yeah, my goal for this is to use it at least 10 times because it's kind of like a natural color, but just more of a bright pink, but not too far from my lip color, so I can wear it quite often. And my last roll-in is to replace my other tinted lip balm, may it rest in peace, and it is another tinted lip balm. It is the Burt's Bees tinted lip balm in the shade Hibiscus, and it is quite warm, and I totally forgot to make a marking for this, but this is how much is left. I'll have to make a line to compare it to next time. I connected this product to the musical The Band's Visit because of the, what is the song called? But in several songs, the main woman sings honey in my ears, spice in my mouth. Like, that's a recurring thing that she sings. And since Burt's Bees make honey in my ears, it's a connection. I don't know, I was struggling because I couldn't connect to this to Hadestown because of the song Flowers, because it's named Hibiscus. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Oh, I already used Hadestown because I got too excited, so yeah, I made a connection. The band's Visit. I love the different sound. It's just, I love how different it sounds, and there's different instruments, and it's just such a unique musical that not many people know about, and I really like it. My goal for next month is to use this 5 times because it is quite warm and orangey. I find it hard to use it more, so we'll see if I can use it 5 times. But I think I want to use this up by the end of the year, so yeah. That is everything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!